Hey everybody, Roz here from New Old Vines, and I am a brand ambassador with Redesign with Prima. And today we are going to play with transfers, of course, because I love transfers. So when you hop on, just say hey, make sure that I can see you and know that you're there, and tell me where you're from, and we shall get started. So, hi. All right, so most of you know, if you've ever watched any of my videos, I love Dollar Tree. So at the Dollar Tree, they have these the really big wooden ornaments, and they're very thin. So they're perfect for hanging on your door for Christmas, or just, you know, making any kind of craft. I think of them as door hangers because they have a hole and they have like the string through them. So to me, it would, you know, be hung on your door. Hi, Nikki. I said it right this time. Okay. So, you could also add these easily to like a wreath or something like that, or, you know, even add it to your tree. You know, make something kind of cool and then, you know, shove it in your tree. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws of ideas. I immediately thought door hanger, so that's what I'm going with. All right, so I have this one, and they come in like this. I think they call it Baltic wood, so it's unfinished. So perfect for painting and you know, making anything that you want. So I have one already that I painted in Fusion Casement. It's just a white, so you can use any paint that you like. And I also did this one. This one comes like it's a snowflake, and I also painted it white, and then I added joy. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. This is a transfer. So, what you want to do, like I did this last year with the gnome plates. I don't know if you guys ever saw them, but I have them here. So here's a gnome. Gnomey, gnomey, gnome. And the hat is the transfer. So basically what you do, and I just drew the gnome, and then I drew the hat, and then I applied, and I'll show you how. So I'm using the gingham black. I really like this transfer because it's got the buffalo plaid. So of course, you know, still farmhouse buffalo plaid stuff is still super hot. So that's what we'll be using. But I'm going to use the top part too. But for the letters, I used the buffalo plaid one. So this transfer comes with 2 sheets of the buffalo plaid and 2 of the gingham. So here you go. You got 2 sheets and 2 sheets. So you get lots of projects out of one transfer. And I believe, let me see if the measurements are on here. So it shows 23.2 times, or by 18.3, and then 23.2 by 15.5. So I think that the gingham is small. The gingham is bigger, so this is bigger. So this one is the 23 by 18, and then these ones are 23 by 15. Well, 15 and a half, but whatever. Did you like my little gnomey? I love my gnomies. All right. So first I'm going to show you how to do the letters. So let me point you down so you can see. Hold on, I don't want y'all all crooked. Okay. Let me scoot my chair around. Okay. So all I did was I took my piece of cardboard that I had. It's very thin, flimsy cardboard. And I drew my letters. So I'm making basically just like a stencil. So here's my J. Here's my O. And then here's my Y. Okay. So then I'm going to take my transfer, and I'm going to just measure out, you know, how tall my letters were that I made. And I think that was only like, you know, XYZ. So I'm just gonna cut to here. Or I'm going to cut there across, straight across. Okay, put that aside. And now you've got your piece for your letters. Okay, so you obviously want your letters to be the correct way with your pattern, your transfer. So you're going to do, you know, obviously you're going to do your J reversed. So it looks like a T instead. So once I cut it out and flip it around, then it's the correct J, right? So we're going to just trace that out. Easy peasy. Okay, so there's my J. Of course, it really does look like a T, though. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing with my O and my Y. And I actually liked the way it looked this way, but it doesn't matter because it's an O. So it looks the same, really, reversed or not, right? All right, and same thing with my Y. And I'm not being too, like literal on where I want my letters to be in relation to the pattern of the transfer, right? You know, I could be very like, I want it to match up, you know, here and, you know, here and yada, yada, yada. But I didn't mind it being a little bit off. I mean, it's not perfect, but I didn't really want it to be. So that's fine with me. I mean, it's pretty, I'm pretty straight anyway. But you don't have to be perfect unless you want to be, and then you can measure and all that. But for live sake, we're not doing that. All right, so I'm just going to cut out each one individually. And then I've just got a little scrap for another letter later on. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut out my letters. So ideally, what you're ending up with will be basically just a sticker, right? But applied, of course, like a transfer. So this is what we're going to do first for this, because the ornament is going to be a little bit different than the snowflake was. I'm going to add additional transfer to it. All right, so there's my J, and there's my J. So cute. Okay, J. Now my O. Okay, and I'm gonna do the center of the O in just a sec with the razor knife there. Try not to cut your fingers off. because knowing me, I would. All right, and there's my Y. And then I'm just going to use my little razor knife and cut the middle of the O out. Also found at the dollar store, so you gotta be careful with them because they're not the best. And there's my O. Cute. Okay, so now I'm gonna set those aside because we're going to do basically the same thing, but for the top and bottom of the ornament with the other with this one. Hi, Dustin. My dog is barking, I'm sorry. All right, let me put the joy away. Okay, so now I'm going to put this basically at the bottom and at the top. And then my joy will go in the middle. Here, let me boop-a-doop-boop. Let me scoot it down just a little bit more. All right. Okay, so let's flip this over. I don't want to lose my letters. And then again, I'm just going to do the same thing, and I'm just going to trace the shape of the ornament onto my paper, onto the backing paper of the transfer. And I do sort of want to line this one up a little bit, so I'm going with trying to get it even with the pattern. So I think I've got it pretty good. Of course, you know, I'm not super like picky about it. But I do want it to look somewhat even. Oops, now I'm on the edge. Oop, there we go. I was on the edge of my desk. Okay. Now I'm going to have to do this twice because I need both the top and the bottom. Okay, so let me cut that out. And I will have some scrap left over on that too. Because I'm going to do it even. So that there's a line between this one and the top piece for me to put my joy in there. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one. And of course you keep all your scraps because you never know when you need them or what you can do with them. There's lots of littles that you can do with all of your scraps. Okay, so this is going to, oops, I want the painted side. This is going to go like this. And I think I will probably cut it right about below this one, this light white line here. So let's do that. I wonder if I do that, can I use that? Maybe I can use it up there. Okay, cool. That would be awesome, but we shall see. All right, so I'm going to cut this. So that will go like that. So you guys can see where I'm going with this. Super cute idea. And then Joy will go right here. Like that. And then, the rest will be up here. Like so. Isn't that going to be cute? It's going to be so cute. All right, so let's, let's trace the top part. Get as even as I can. Let's see. Get straight. Must be straight. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And I think that lines right up with where I have my white line up here. Okay, perfect. All right, so let me plop this down. All right, and then get my pen and trace it. Well, that's far less waste than I thought I was going to have, so that's really good. Okay. All right, so now we just cut this out. Okay. And to this corner. I think that all lined up beautifully. Now, the tricky part is getting these pieces on without touching them. So you have to treat it sort of like a sticker, so that you don't get it stuck to you prior to putting it down, because you don't want that. Okay. So, just peel back the backing. You just got this transfer? Awesome. It's a great one. I love it. So you're just going to peel your backing and then sort of like hold it in between your two fingers so you're not touching the back. And then just kind of gently release the paper off the backing. And then you have a little tiny bit up here that you can use, but for the most part, you're not going to have anything on this project. So you need to keep them between, you need to keep it between your fingers the whole time. And then don't let it flop over on itself. I almost did that just now. And then very carefully try and line her up. I'm gonna have to do this looking at it. Line it up before you can put it down or your SOL. Okay, I think I got it pretty good. Thank you. I always love my ideas too. This one I think is fun. All right, and then smooth out as much as you can. Then get your stick. You can use the tool if you like. I just prefer the stick. And then as you're rubbing, you can see that it's adhering. Okay, just careful when you get down to your edge there, because you don't want to go over the white with your stick. Okay. And then just grab the edge a little bit there. Okay. So it looks like it adhered wonderfully. Can y'all see? Good. Poof. All right, so now I'm just going to go over it with my fingers and my hands just to make sure that it's all adhered down. There's no bubbles, nothing. Perfect. So cute. All right, so now same thing with the bottom. So this one is going to go right here. Love it. Okay, so now this one, there is no forgiving. There's no extra. So again, remember what I said, you gotta make sure you peel back your white sheet just a little. Very carefully. It's not easy. I'm not pretending like it is, because it's not. But once you get it, then you're good. And then just keep it between your fingers. Don't touch the backing. And then very carefully, again, very carefully, because you don't want it to roll on itself and you don't want to touch it. Okay. So I'm going to grab on this side and on this side so that I have control. And then I'm going to line up my little tip here as best I can. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? I think I got it. Okay, now, hopefully I'm not off center. I think I'm just a little off. Ah! Okay. Here we go. Did I get it? Did I get it? I got it. Okay. Whew. That was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was hard not touching it, and it was hard getting it straight. I'm a little crooked. There. I'm a little crooked, but that's okay. It'll be all right. It won't be that big of a deal. All right, so then again, just use your stick. Make sure it's rubbed on. Get your edge. Okay, and then start peeling it back. Great. And then again, rub with your fingers just to make sure everything is adhered and the air bubbles, no air bubbles. Which I did pretty good. No air bubbles there. Look how cute already. All right, so now I'm off just a smidge. Now, if it really bothered me a whole lot, I could take like a black paint pen or Sharpie or whatever and just make a line across here and here, and then that would bring you back to being completely straight. It's really not that super noticeable. I really don't, it's not really going to bother me, but that's how you would fix that if you wanted to, if it bothered you. Okay, so now we do the same thing, but with our little letters. And that's going to go like so. So cute, right? Okay, so let's get our J, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Just pop the backing off as best you can. Okay, and again, we don't want to touch it, so same thing. You just want to hold it between your fingers. Okay, and don't sneeze. If you sneeze, you're screwed. All right, and then we're just going to pop it onto where we want it, which I think is right about there. Looks good. All right, so what I'm going to do is do all of my my letters first before I take the backing off, because I'll show you how to do the backing with these, or the clear sheet, whatever. It's a little more tricky when there's no edge to go by. Like on the edge here, it's easy to take off, you know, but when there's no edge, it's not easy. All right, so let's get our backing off. And at least with the O, you have the middle that you can stick your finger in, so that always helps. All right, so the O is going to go right about there. Looks good. Oops, it moved. Oh, well. So you got to be careful. All right, and then the Y, same thing. Okay, and the Y is going to go, come here, Y. Why are you doing this, Y? All right, I'm gonna line it up right here. Okay. All right. So you can take your stick and whatever. I'm gonna use the little end of my scissors here, because there's like this little notch. They're actually hair cutting scissors, but I really like this little notch to get little pieces and whatnot. It just really makes it so much easier to rub it on if you just have something little and small like that, especially for smaller pieces like this. So I hope you guys understand, like, you can literally cut out and do any shape that you want for this, like this. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little razor knife and just flick up the corner of the plastic. See? And then that gives me my plastic sheet. Easy peasy. And then just take my finger and rub it down. Now with this one, I'll probably have to take like a little tiny marker and just do right here on the T, I mean on the J, top of the J here, because the white, you know, you can't really see it. But that's just a minor little thing. And then same thing with this one. Okay, take my knife again, just flick it up underneath. If I can find it. There we go. Poof. Okay. And you can do this with any transfer. It doesn't have to be this. And you can literally do any shape too. Like any shape that you can think of. Like I did with the gnomes and the gnome hat, right? I could have done the gnome body if I wanted to. Yes, the Decor Transfer. It would be. I don't have it though. But it would be good. Okay. And there's the Y. Look how cute. Woo, woo. I'm trying to find the camera. It's hard when it's further down. That is adorable. Let me move it up. Let me move it up. And then I can move it back. See? How cute is that? My O went a little bit whoop-de-whoop when I applied it, though. That was not intentional. But, yeah, I think it's adorable. And like I said, I could easily take my Sharpie and just make a line here and a line here. And I probably will do that anyway, just to mark it off where it is. But that would straighten it back up. But otherwise, it's straight. It's really not that crooked. Just looks crooked in the camera. I think that's adorable. So that you can hang on your door. You can add it to a wreath. I mean, anything. And then there's this one, too. Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. I had to sneeze. This is the snowflake one, which I think is really cute, too. This one, the joy is even. But I would probably go and take a really fine Sharpie and just go around the edge on this one as well, just to highlight it. Just so you can see where everything is. And then add a pretty ribbon and maybe some greenery, you know, something like that. That would be so pretty for a door hanger. Thank you. I'm sorry. Sneezing on a live isn't always the best thing, but gotta do it. But so those are really fun little projects that you can do. And these only, you know, these things from Dollar Tree, they're only $1. So, you know, you can definitely, if you have a booth or a store or something like that, that'd be a fantastic kit. And I'll show you guys some of the gnome plates. I have another one. They're over there. But this is one Nomi. Little Nomi. So his hat is the buffalo plaid on that one. And this is the other gingham transfer. There's this one and this one. So all the hats are the same. I drew the gnomes are all the same size. So all the hats are the same size. So this transfer here is clear. So whatever color you have underneath is what color will show through this one. And then I also did a different version of the gnome. And I'll show it to you. Hang on. Ouch. So this is the other, that's the other with the gingham that we used today. And then also I did the cookie plate. Cookies. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. So there's the 3 different ginghams there. So this is like the Santa cookie plate. So it's a bit bigger than the gnome one. But it's like so cute, it's a set. But that's what I mean, like you can cut it and make the transfers into any shape or pattern or letter or style or anything that you want. You make them you make them your style, right? Make them you. So that was a quickie today, but I thought that'd be a fun little project for you guys to see. And I really think that these are really cute. I think so. And this was the gingham black transfer, but you can always use the other one. I don't remember. I think it's gingham red. Gingham red is what the other one's called. All right, guys. So hopefully I've inspired you to make some really cute things and think outside the box. Make your own letters with the transfers, or make your own shapes and patterns and styles. All right. So thank you, and I'll see you again next Monday. Bye.